Show.
Welcome to the AFL podcast. I'm Chris C. Next to me is the biggest Crow supporter of the land, Johnny G. And on top of us is...
The King of the North!
The King of the North. How are you, fellas?
G'day.
Hello.
What's been happening?
How you doing, Chris C? You're a happy Port Adelaide supporter from the sound of it.
Well, I'm actually happy. I'm very happy support at the moment. So
Me and Johnny G are just wondering what the hell is going on with our teams, but that's okay.
Well,
Can you take the scarf off, man? I don't want to see it.
No, man. What? I'm going to support my team. If you want to support your team, go right ahead. Go wear your Adelaide United one you got.
I don't know. It's in the cupboard. The Adelaide United one up. It's upstairs.
It's cold, man. It's cold. That's why I'm wearing it. You know, it's cold.
It is actually pretty cold. Actually, it is.
It is cold.
It's a bit cold, but guys, the chat is going nuts. Jimmy T's in there, GT23's in there, Don't At Me's in there as always, telling us that every team's going to lose by 60. Joy of unknowing what's happening. Yeah, everyone is looking pretty good in the chat. Don't At Me reckon, yeah, instead of practicing game plans, they are just yawning throughout training. I don't know who he's talking about. Bless you. Bless you, my friend.
Thank you.
Well, welcome to the show, guys. What a crazy weekend of footy it was. Did you guys watch any games?
Yeah.
Watched a few. Did watch a few. Watched the two Adelaide games. Watched the Melbourne Gold Coast game.
KP.
That was a good one. Hey, KP.
Yeah, I watched the Saints and North game as well.
Yeah, no, there were some good games actually. Some very odd scoring as well. There's a lot of behind scored this round. Not just the Port game, but other games as well. But
So let us in on the secret, Chris C. How many did you end up getting for the round?
Well, I have to gloat a little bit because I've actually jumped Johnny G in the tipping, which I'm pretty happy with. I'll bring up the ladder just quickly because I'm very proud of myself. But I got 9 out of 9. There we go, guys.
Oh,
you can
God.
Wog Jam is on top of Team Thos finally. And it's going to stay that way until the end of the year. And that's all we want at the end of the day.
I think I'm sitting in Chris C's position at 23, so that can't be good.
The King of the North is at 19th, so I'm right up his clacker. So you're 19th, I'm 20th, and Team Thos is 21st. So
there you go.
Yeah, so it's
Hey, Nathan, what's happening, man? No, look at that. Now, what a weekend of footy, man. Hey,
KP got 9 as well.
Well done.
Yeah. I took some gambles, man. I picked Gold Coast to beat Melbourne, and they nearly did it for me.
Yeah. Dan's still down the bottom, so.
Dan's wild.
I stupidly tipped Carlton to start off the shocking weekend for me. So, I think I got 5, so pretty bad.
Never trusting Carlton again.
No, I don't know what's going on there.
Guys, I don't know, but before we get started into the games, I wanted to really say what really pissed me off this weekend. Apart from the Malakia umpiring, this is what really pissed me off. I actually put it up on Facebook. If you can see on the screen, it says, Buddy Franklin, we apologise to the Sydney Swans, this is Collingwood, and to Lance Buddy Franklin, the club does not support booing, particularly champions of the game. What the hell are they talking about? What does the world come to when you can't go to a football game and boo an opposition player? Are we living in a different reality, or can you guys help me out here? Because I'm gobsmacked.
We're actually in a different dimension now, Chris. So this didn't happen back in the day, and we've shifted timelines, and this is what happens now.
I agree with Chris Goff. I'm saying we've shifted timelines because this is ridiculous, and I can't believe that this kind of stuff's happening. Like, what? So what? Now if I boo someone, I'm gonna get in trouble for it. What's next? They're going to tell us to start cheering for the opposition? Like, Like, it's ridiculous. I mean, I just can't believe it. Like, it's the most stupidest thing I've seen. And now they're trying to make it into a racial thing. It was never a racial thing. You've made it a racial thing. It's nothing to do with that, you stupid idiots. How about when Sydney Swans went after Dacos? What happened there? No one said nothing there. Did someone? He might have got his feelings hurt, but no one said nothing there. Mate, just grow a pair, all right, and just let the game go, and stop being little pansies. Because it's always been the game.
I did see a promotion on Twitter a couple of years ago. The Swans actually promoted a game by saying "Boo the Roos."
Yeah.
So how times have changed.
Well, ever since this Adam Goodes documentary come out on Netflix, and it was displaying all the booing he got on the last few seasons of his career, it looks like, they're probably trying to stomp that out because I don't know if any of you have seen the documentary. Goodsy gets booed pretty much every game, especially in Melbourne, and I think they're trying to connect the dots here as Franklin getting racially booed as Goodsy back in the day. So
yeah, no, but that was racial. That was a racial thing, man. This is not racial at all. This is just booing because you don't like it.
Yeah.
Nothing to
I
do with
100% agree. You should be allowed to boo. You shouldn't. Obviously, you can't be racist, but booing and chanting and singing should never be stomped out of a game.
I was talking to KP the other day, and they reckon Manchester United fans were like burning David Beckham something, like they were like burning his picture. Or imagine that happened here, like they burnt the picture of someone because they hated him so much. They'll go correct. They'll lose their minds over here in Australia.
Oh, it's a different breed over there. You can't. It's so hard to compare the two crowds.
It's just the problem is Australia is changing, and I don't know why it is doing this, but I'm not sure it's for the better because there's nothing wrong.
You can't really have an opinion. If you have an opinion about something outrageous, it's okay. But if you discriminate against that outrageous stuff, you're getting crucified. You know what I mean? Like the whole world's going backwards, and now it's coming into sports. So that's the problem we face.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. I was just bewildered by it. Like I watched it. I saw it on Facebook, and I just couldn't believe it. I was like, "What? Are they serious?" Like,
yep.
We were booing at Adelaide United the week before, so no one made a fuss about that.
Exactly. How about Jason Horne-Francis? Everyone boos him. The only one that stood up for him is his coach, but the AFL's not coming out and going, "I'll stop booing JHF." No one's saying that.
Because it's white.
Yeah, but as soon as Buddy gets booed, it's racial. Fuck off. Dickheads. So if I'm playing a game, right, if I go and play a soccer game for, say, the Cobras, some guy boos at me because I'm Greek, is that racist? It's bullshit, man. It doesn't matter. I'm Greek. It's a different race.
Matter, man. If you're Indigenous and you're getting booed, it's a racial thing, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, so you can't boo an Indigenous or a black person if you don't like them, not because of race, not because of colour, just because you don't like them as a player. You can't boo them.
No, you can't because there's too many stupid idiots in the world that will take it as racist as a racist thing. That's where we're at.
That's bullshit, man.
You got to tread on water over these pansies because everyone's just so politically up their ass that they got no common sense anymore, man.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy, man. Anyway, I will digress. I don't want to talk about it too much. I just thought I would, that grinded my gears. But anyway.
Well, let's get first.
Controversy on the footy show. So
before we go, let's just read some chat. So, Crimea River, KP reckons, Sydney and Franklin, you're getting booed because you're shit now, not because of racial vilification. That's what KP reckons. Don't at me goes, there was no one telling people not to boo Jason Hess Francis. 100%. JHF should say he's getting booed because he's white. See what everyone says. That's what KP reckons. GT23, they booed Judovan at Sydney last year when he done his hamstring. There you go.
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
So
but he's white.
Yeah, I know, but it feels like now the type it's turned over. Now who's racist? It's people against the whites, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's what they're trying to do, really, make diversity, trying to make it, that we're different. Where they should be saying the complete opposite. There's no difference between us, black, indigenous,
100%.
Greek.
100%.
Everyone's
I understand that the past history, the blacks got, that there was a lot of pain in that, and I totally get that. But we're in the 21st century. We're in 2023. Everyone should be equal now. That's it.
Yeah,
there should be no racism at all. Bullshit. I got booed for one. AFL is becoming too political. Joey reckons. Jimmy T goes, I got booed for one lick chili test and no one complained. Oh, I complained. And GT23 goes, Woke Afl, which is what they're becoming.
Woke Afl, yes.
Yeah. Jimmy T goes, AFL needs to go back to the old days. Can't tackle hard enough. Eddie bets to do a Fox Footy segment on paying $1 or one. I love him, but it's happening. You love Eddie? What the heck? Everything is soft. We need to keep educating. They burnt an effing of Beckham. I can't read that, man.
Effigy.
Effigy of Beckham around the country. He got sent off in the World Cup. No one cared because we played comments once they were singing out that they were Turks. There you go. So
yeah.
Anyway, guys, enough of that. Let's get on to the good stuff. What we're here for. The games. Friday night.
No, you're going to start off with the Adelaide team.
Sorry, we're going to start with the Adelaide games because that's what we're going to start with. So, Saturday afternoon, Geelong versus the Crows at the Cattery. Johnny G, what happened?
Well,
98 to 72.
It was Sunday, Chris. I thought you'll start off with your...
It was
Sunday. It was Saturday. There you go. No. We'll start off. Get the Crows out of the way.
So the Crows
we lost by 26 points at Geelong. I thought we put up a decent fight with Geelong. They've been smashing teams lately. They did kick away at the end there a few goals. It was closer than that in the last quarter. We missed some sitters, but look, I can't blame the effort of the Crows. I think we played well. Geelong are a better team than us at the moment. Dawson, absolute gun in the middle, 29 posies leading the way. But yeah, when you got forwards like Cameron kicking three on you, it's hard to compete. So I think Cameron's the best player in the league at the moment. But the Crows, look, we should have beat Collingwood last week. I didn't think we could beat Geelong realistically this weekend, but we do have to bounce back next week against Saints. For the Crows, look, I'm still positive. I still think we'll make the 8. I'm still 100% on that. And I'm still very excited the way we play. We still aren't the finished product yet. We're building towards that. And look, to all the Crows fans out there, don't be too worried. It's a speed hump, just a little bump in the road, and we're going to be fine. And we're going to go straight to the finals. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, well,
don't you worry about it.
We did a watch along. Me and the King over here, we did a watch along on that game, and so we did watch it. The Crows actually, they pushed Geelong. But Geelong just had that 3-goal buffer all the way. I just think Geelong were more clinical at finishing than the Crows that day. And
they don't lose there, man. We haven't won there in 20 years,
Hard to win there, isn't it?
Hard to win. No one wins there, man. Very rare people win there. So, I did say that you guys weren't going to win because of that factor. I think if you guys were playing at Adelaide Oval, it could have been a different story. But hard to win. Geelong look good. They're back to playing some good footy, and they're hard to stop sometimes when you got Cameron. And but did Cameron have a big influence? I don't think he did.
He kicked 3 goals too, but it was a sort of spread goal kickers of the Geelong. No one really kicked the bag on either end. But the defence looks good for Geelong. I think that's Crows' lowest score of the season.
Yeah.
So I think we've kicked nearly 100 or more every game, and they held us to 72 points. So
there was a moment.
They're good through the middle as well. So yeah, the midfield's good.
I mean, Dangerfield went out, and I thought, oh, they're going to lose a bit of contested ball with him out, but they kept strong, and because he had like 16 possessions.
He went off at half time.
He was playing really well, so I thought that was going to be like maybe him coming off might have helped you guys, but there was one moment that I want to talk about when Rankin was running into goal, and he could have had a set shot, but he propped it up, and then Keys was there, and they actually held Keys back, and he didn't get paid free kick, and I thought that was a free kick for sure.
That was a free kick. Yeah,
definitely a free kick.
Umpires are shocking all weekend.
They are, and I just think if you guys had scored that goal, could have turned momentum, but I never know. But look, Crows, they've lost 2 in a row. I did say 2 weeks ago that this 5 weeks is going to be a test, and they've lost the 2. They really want to win the next one, as you said. Saints is a must-win game for them. They don't want to fall too behind in the pack. I still think they're definitely finals bound. Where they finish in the finals, that's the question. But I mean, look, imagine you guys beat Collingwood by 1 point. You'll be sitting here going, far out. We're still in the 8. We just lost by Geelong at the Cattery. You'd be really sitting well. So it's amazing how 1 point game can just change everything, eh? Right.
Yeah, we've thrown away at least 2 games this year with GWS and Collingwood in my eyes. So
yeah, 100%.
We should be 2 more wins.
100%. But no, they look good, guys. I think they're definitely finals bound. As much as it pains me to say that, they are looking good, and they should bounce back this week. But King of the North, what do you make of the game? Did you?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I was hoping that I tipped Adelaide, so I was hoping they would win. But I don't know. Geelong's good all over the ground. So, but their defence is the key, I think. So yeah, you've got a strong defence, and the midfield's getting the ball down to the forwards. So yeah, and they've just got gun forwards as well. So yep, pretty good. And I haven't written off Adelaide yet. I think they're still going to go okay.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think they're definitely a good side, especially playing them at home. So, But as I said, man, little moments in the game that can cost you. So, Rankin going into the 50, you think, he's going to score here. He doesn't. Goes the other way. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was a good watch along. Got a few people in the chat. We played. Crows went terrible. Geelong almost unstoppable. They didn't get thrashed like Sydney. Joy of unknown. 100%. Don't at me. Word on the street is that Keys is still being held in the goal square. He's still there.
Some say he's still there.
Joy of unknown. Crows are contenders, I reckon. That's what he reckons, Joy. So there you go. Don't at me. Agrees with that. GT23 Crows, good to watch at the moment. They are. Don't know how he goes, I'll be back in a bit. Phone is dying. The guy does not have. Does he have a charger or what?
Come on, man. Charge your phone before you come on the podcast. Far out.
And then KP reckons, don't say anything about the umpires. They might accuse you of being racist.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that's another thing. You can't talk about the umpires anymore.
Yeah. We'll get a warning on YouTube for.
Jeez.
Just quickly on Geelong, are they the real deal?
Oh, yeah, they're back. You have to say they're back. I think they've won 4 or 5 on the trot now.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
top four, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And are they making Crows still making finals, guys?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
My top 8 is looking like my prediction almost. It's getting there anyway.
Your prediction?
Well, I predicted Collingwood, Melbourne, Brisbane and Geelong in the top 4.
You had
And
Richmond
Adelaide.
up there, though.
Did I have Richmond in the top 4?
You had them as
I think
premiers.
in the top 8.
You had them as premiers.
Premiers.
Did I have
Pretty
it as
sure.
premiers? I thought I put a flag.
You had them as a premier, as the flag.
Well,
I want to go back and see what I predicted.
We have to go back and have a look. I'm pretty sure you did. Don't quote me on that, but pretty sure you did.
Richmond, yes.
Anyway, so the next game, we did another watch along. It was the Port game. It was on Sunday Arvo. We all got on this one. It was Port just edging out the Bombers by 5 points, 92-87. 12 goals, 20. I had you like. So a lot of
12 goals, 20.
12 goals, 20 to Port, 13-9 to the Bombers. What do you guys make of this one?
Yeah, it was a good game, wasn't it? The thing that really annoyed me on Essendon's point of view is that final shot for goal. Everyone knew this guy couldn't make the journey, and there's no way he's kicking at 55, 60-meter punt.
Mm-hmm.
And he wastes 30 seconds to do that, and he just ends up popping it up into the goal square.
Yeah.
If you're an Essendon supporter, you want him to either hit a target or move it on quickly for a chance to actually hit the goal. So for me, that was just stupidity by the ruckman at the end of the game. It was never making the trip. But it was a great game to watch. It was back and forth. You didn't know really who was going to win that game till, at the end. Essendon made a good effort, especially at Adelaide Oval. And look, well done for Port Adelaide. I think they've won, I don't know, is it 5 in a row now? They're looking good. Yeah. It pains me to say they're looking good. And
They do. They've gone well.
And they're starting to change my mind about making the finals.
Well, they're my team, and I'm surprised we're 6-2. If you asked me the start of the year, we'll be 6-2 after round 8. I wouldn't believe. If you told me, if I told myself that at the start of the season, I wouldn't believe it. So, to be where we are now is, winning the close games. I mean, some of those games could have gone either way, and that's the difference, So. You win those close games, you're in the hunt. So I think we dominate after the first quarter. I think we dominated the play. Going by the stats, we just couldn't convert on the board, which kept Essendon in the game. And I think Ridley going out when he got concussed really helped us. Like had to change their forward line. I think they put Langford back in the back or something like that, and it kind of killed their structure, so that did help. I mean, I'd never like to see a player go down with concussion, that's for sure, but it kind of stifled their structure a little bit. So Rioldi's getting like 3 weeks off for that or something like that, so he was off the ball. He shouldn't have done that, really. Didn't have to do it, but shit happens, and he'll be out for a couple of weeks, but it was good. It was a good performance. I think our midfield, Butters. I think Butters was great. I thought Finlayson was really, really good, and
Rosie had a big match too with 29 posies.
Rosie had a big game.
Put him in your 4. Put him in your 4 next time, Johnny G.
Yeah, the only ones I was a bit disappointed. I think Ollie Wines was a bit. There was a few little things he didn't like. He was too cute in a lot of his stuff he was doing, so I wasn't too impressed the way he played. But he's not the same player he was 2 years ago. He's
You know who I'm impressed with? That ruckman for Essendon, the Draper one.
How good is he, man? How good is he?
He actually showed some really good stuff for the Bombers. Yes, so,
mate, I'm telling you, if you ever wanted to come back to Adelaide, I would love to have him at Port Adelaide as a ruckman. How good would he be?
With that mullet running around.
Yeah. So, no, he's from here, and he was dominating us in the ruck, man. And
Yeah, it's good, man.
I mean, his tap work was part of the reason why we were losing clearances in that first quarter. So, yeah, he was really good. He was really good. I really liked his game. Look, Port. I don't know. Look, we go to Tassie this week and play North Melbourne. Who knows what happens there? We should. It's a game that we should win, but as you said, Tassie's one of those places.
It's an interesting game. That one, interesting game.
It is. So you can never be 100%, but no, we're travelling well. We're travelling well. I think I like, as I said a few weeks ago, I like Hinkley on the bench. He's more of a people person. He knows how to connect with his. He knows how to connect with his players on a personal level. So him on the bench is perfect. And what I think's happening now is he's letting the assistants actually do the tactics of the game. He's gone, you guys are running it. So Josh Carr, I think, is running it all up the top, and Hinkley on the bottom. I think it just works. I think it just works well, and it's worked for the last month.
Doing that these days.
Hey?
There's a lot of coaches actually doing that. Clarkson's always down there.
Yeah, I mean,
there's Goodwin's down there.
Yeah, I just think that the tactics are coming from Hey,
and Stewie Jew's been down there the whole time as well. So a lot of coaches are taking that approach.
Well, yeah, it's it's working for him. So just keep doing it. Hinkley knows as I said, Hinkley knows the writing is on the wall, but he's going down swinging. So he's going down he knows that if he doesn't get to a grand final or whatever, he's going to. So might as well try something new. And at the moment, it's working for him. So good on him. I'm glad that it is, and I would love to see, I know a lot of people don't like Hinkley and what he's done for the past 11 years, but you know what they say, man, on the 11th hour is when shit happens, and this is his 11th season, so you never know. I'm not saying they're going to...
Look, put in perspective for Hinkley, I remember Hardwick for Richmond, they were calling for his head for years, and then he ended up coming up with three premierships or whatever.
Yeah. Right.
You never know.
Yeah, look, if you can get your team up and ready for those games, you never know, man. Any team can win it really on any given day, and if you're up for the fight on those specific days, who knows, man? You just don't know.
Yeah.
So, look, they're fifth. Never thought that. As I said, didn't think they'll be there at this stage of the game, but yeah. Traveling nicely, and just what I like about them is they can be looking like they're not traveling well in the game, and then they can turn it around. That's what I like about it, because in that first quarter, they were they weren't looking like a team that was going to win, and then they just changed it, which was really good. So. A lot of other years we've just let it go. We've never been able to come back, and it's nice to see. Nice to see resilience, and I like a lot of the young players like McKenty. Who's the other? There's a few other ones that I like as well. Dylan Williams in the back line, he's really good. Tom Jonas, I'm sorry, Tommy, but you need to go. As soon as you got off, we started playing a lot better. So. I'm really sorry, Tommy. Yep. You're a nice bloke, but you're not a captain material. Give the captaincy to SPP or Ollie Wines, one of those two, and be done with it. Because someone compared. I was talking to someone today at work, and we were talking about Tom Jonas. And he was like, "Have you seen Tom Jonas in the back line? Right? You see him, right, and the way he plays, and then you go see Collingwood's captain in the back line, Darcy Moore." Right? What a difference. Do you know what I mean? He's a cap. You can tell he's a captain. The way he plays is for Tom Jonas. Are you kidding me? Anyway, good win by Port. Anything you going to add to that, the King?
The only thing I would say on a Melbourne side of things is that everybody in Melbourne thinks of Essendon over the years as they can't play 4 quarters, and they continue to prove that. One of my mates at work is a diehard Essendon supporter, and he's just crying every week because they just can't play 4 quarters. So they can't finish off, and they are very frustrated Essendon supporters. So, yeah, they almost did it, but, almost isn't good enough.
Well, look, man, if you go back to like the first week before we started the podcast, or before we started doing AFL this year, I was thinking Essendon were going to be shit. Like, I just did not rate them, and I'm actually surprised where they are. Like, they play really good footy.
They're up and about.
They play really good
they're
footy.
up and about.
Darcy Parish is a good player. You got Stringer up forward with Tip and Woody. What do you call him? Tippanyaki?
Tippanyaki, yeah.
So he's a good player. They're good. They're a good team, man. They beat Melbourne. They gave Collingwood a run. So if I was an Essendon supporter, I wouldn't be disappointed. You'd be disappointed in the losses, but there's optimism now. There's a future. I can see a future building there. So
they just seem to lose their way in the last quarter. So they play really well for those 3 quarters, and then the last quarter they just seem to lose the way, or they went to sleep against Collingwood. And that's all good. They'll come good.
Yeah, I think. Next year after, I think they'll be right up there if they keep their players in the park and make sure they recruit some good players in. So they're definitely. I think they're on the up. Definitely on the up. I had them nearly last in my top 8 predictions, or my bottom 10. So anyway, Port Adelaide, well done. Really happy. Let's move on. So the next game, we're going to go from the Friday night game now. So this is your mob, Mr. King of the North. And all I want to ask you is, please explain, because I really don't know what's going on here. So the Lions defeated the Blues was it the MCG? I'm pretty sure. Or was it Marvel?
Marvel.
So Marvel, 74-100. Man, it was a 26-point win. What can you say about this? Because I'm a bit bemused about it.
Yeah, I watched this game on Friday night, and with bemusement as well. And Brisbane were just faster, harder on the ball, better out of the middle. They were finding targets down on goal. And to be honest, Carlton were just slow, and they weren't chasing hard. They started the year where they were chasing hard, and it was proving to be successful. But, yeah, Brisbane were just running them all over the park. So, and the longer the game went on, the worse it got.
Yeah.
It even got to the stage where the Carlton supporters were left the ground before the end of the game. So, and lots of stuff in the media about Carlton this week about the supporters leaving before the end of the game and everything. So, yeah, they've got a lot of work to do. They've got a really good side, and they've shown that they can win. 74 points is okay, but yeah, Brisbane just 15 goals. Defense is not good down that end for Carlton. So yeah, it's they got heaps of work to do.
Yeah.
What do you reckon, Johnny G?
Yeah. Look, it seems to Carlton get a lot of the ball, but they sometimes just go sideways a lot. The small forwards of Brisbane had a field day with Cameron kicking 4, Bailey kicking 4. I don't know. On paper, I think Carlton have got a really great team, but they're just not clicking right now. I'm not sure what it is. They did have Sard and Doherty back in for this week. It didn't make the difference. I actually tipped Carlton. I thought they would. I thought this was a must-win for Carlton. If they want finals, they had to beat Brisbane here. They fell short.
Right.
Cripps had a quiet game for me, but look, I think they were just outclassed in the end by Brisbane. I won't write off Carlton yet, but it's alarm bells for sure for me. So they need to turn a corner and turn a corner quick.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a typical Carlton, isn't it? Every year we see the same shit every year with Carlton. I mean, they look like $1 million in the start of the season, then they just fall off the perch on the rest of the games. And when they go up against really good opposition, they'll celebrating like heroes last week against the West Coast, and this week it's back to reality. So
they need a really killer ruckman, Carlton. You know what I mean? They got Pitternet, but it's just not good enough, man. Carlton is desperately crying out for a top gear ruckman, and they just don't have it. Well,
the thing is,
I even question their forward line, to be honest. So I just don't know whether they've got enough strike power in the forward line and kicking enough goals.
They got good tall forwards, but their small forwards are questionable, aren't they? You've pretty much got Silvani. I think it was Motlop down there, but he's young. You know what I mean? You don't have Silvani's not even that small, really. They've used Silvani in a ruck before. So you've got tall forwards, but when it comes to the crummers down there and the small forwards, they're really lacking that department as well.
Yeah.
Cripps has been shouldering that club for so long.
midfield. The midfield's not the problem. They get the ball, man, but they just they're missing a few pieces yet for the final puzzle.
Yep.
Yeah, but if you don't find the puzzle quick enough,
your team moves on and they get shitter or they get better, and so
the pieces are falling off the table and you can't find the piece on the floor, then you're in trouble.
What do you guys think of Harry Mackay? Do you think he's a good forward?
On his day he is, but he just needs to be consistent like he was 2 years ago.
Yeah, he's kicking. I've watched him live as well, and you watch the Carlton supporters and they just bloody cover their eyes over when he's going for a kick on either side because he's just you don't know where it's going to go. There's no consistency with him. He misses really easy set shots and everything. So
I reckon Charlie Dixon's a better kick at the moment. Is that the truth?
Well, two kick Dixon.
So is Taylor Walker. So let's not go there.
That's it.
But, is Carlton making the finals, lads?
Cool. I'm gonna say 10 at this stage.
So missing out.
Yeah.
I think they're just missing out as well at the moment.
Yeah, I reckon they're missing out. Brisbane,
but they got a chance. Huh? They got a chance. They still got a chance, but at the moment we've got them out of the 8. So
got to be turning around and winning a few on the trot.
Brisbane, on the other hand, because we haven't talked about them yet,
back in the top 4.
Yeah, they're looking good. They're looking really good.
They are. Yep.
They're winning away from home now. They're starting to gel as a unit. Dunkley looks like he's really fitting in. Everything seems to be working. They're going to be tough to beat. They're going to be a tough team to beat.
Cool.
I think there's another gear still left in them as well, Brisbane. So watch out.
So they could definitely. Yeah, they're definitely top 4 for me. They could probably go all the way if they keep playing the way they're playing. So, I was a bit skeptical about them, but after 8 rounds and seeing them how they've gone, I think in the start of the season they were a bit ginger, but they've come out really well and they're going to be tough to beat, really tough to beat. So,
Cameron's in the form of his life. It's rare you see a small forward up there in the Coleman race. So.
He's doing really well. So, and he's got some good forwards up there, man, like Gunston and Danaher. There's a few good forwards up there, man. So
Hipwood, Bailey, the list goes on.
They've got a good team, man. I reckon
Midfield's starting to crank now as well. So yeah.
I reckon their only weakness is maybe defense. Maybe. But even their defense is not too bad.
Yeah,
with Andrew
holding
up.
Yeah,
but their midfield is elite. Their forward line's elite. They're going to be tough to beat. So Brisbane definitely top 4 for me.
Yeah, top
for
4.
sure.
All right, next game, ladies and gentlemen, was my favourite team. Not my favourite team, but Richmond versus West Coast.
GT's favourite team.
What's happening in the chat, Chrissy?
GT23 says, Richmond flag Johnny G. Should I have killed them 20 points? Yeah, Harvey got almost out. Then what happened? I'm talking about the coaches. Is Dunkley the final piece of the puzzle for Brisbane? Perhaps. Genwell has come into the chat and says, mentality to have the vague answer like Chera said it doesn't matter. What? Is that what he said?
Yeah, okay.
I didn't know that. False economy against the Eagles.
Anyway,
the Eagles got done, got smacked. But this game was apparently pretty close at half time.
Well, West Coast were winning most of the first half, I think. They were in front quite a bit.
They were, yeah.
They were trailing by half time, but not by much. But the second half, it was all Richmond, really. So, big games from Bolton. He got 3 goals and 31 posies, and Presti had 3 goals and 23 posies. So,
yeah, it's huge.
Big games, but good to see Oscar Allen kicking 4 goals straight. He's back. Jones for West Coast, he got 30 touches, and Kelly got 29. And Taranto had a big game as well, along with Hopper. So, I think West Coast just don't have enough quality at the moment. That's what's going on. So,
yeah, too many injuries.
Too many youngsters. If you're a West Coast fan, you just got to hope that you're not getting smacked like this every week. So, Richmond might be back, but it's hard to say Richmond's back in a game like this, I guess.
No, you can't. Not after what Carlton
had. No chance.
What happened to Carlton played at West Coast last week, and look what happened to them. So
that's right, exactly.
Come on, let's be a bit easier on GT20. We got a West Coast fan in the chat.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh no. Hey, look,
he just because Port's winning, he's running his mouth. That's what's going on here.
Everyone's calling him West Coast, man. I'm not. Sorry, GT. I'm not. I'm calling West Coast. Sorry, but I think GT23 actually calls him West Coast as well.
Yeah. Look, I'll be in the same bath, if I was. We were shit Adelaide for like a year when we come bottom. You know what I mean? So.
I reckon they have patches of when they play not bad, and
against Geelong they did really well. They lost by 20-something points, a bit like the Crows. You know what I mean? So they actually put it up to Geelong.
Even against us when they played us, we only won by 40 points, and they actually played a good game that day. So
they did. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they can still play all right. There's some good players on that list. It's just, I think there's too many out, and with Josh Kennedy gone, it's hard to get someone that's going to kick all the goals. So, they're still young, and they're going to be down the bottom for a little bit longer. So, you just got to be patient, Eagle supporters. You got to be patient. So, But GT23 says no. Genwell goes fuck. So, FU, the league, the Eagles, let us have Harley Reid, Hawks. Harley Reid, he plays for West Coast, eh?
Does he?
Yeah. And then Genwell reckons, I hate these teams. They are tanking as well. And then GT23 reckons the Eagles hit the front in the third quarter.
Oh, really?
Yeah, GT23 was telling us this while we were doing the watch along because we were watching the scores and I didn't see him hit the front, but yeah, must have. We just missed it. But we were tracking the scores along the way. But yeah, that looked like they were doing all right in the first half. But yeah, then Richmond kicked away. But there's dissension in the ranks.
Yeah. KP reckons, GT23 reckons that's about it. Move on. He doesn't want to talk.
Yes.
Yes,
exactly.
Are these teams making the finals quickly? Big no from me.
No, none of them. No. Yeah. Richmond in the house at the moment. So
18, 19.
I reckon Richmond can win a lot of their back end of the season. So you never know. I think they still got a good list, and they can if they can win a few games and they can make a run. I reckon they're the only team in that bottom 10 that can make a real run for it. Oh, not the only team. Sorry, in that bottom 6.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But yeah, they need Lynch back. They need a few more back.
They do. Right. All right. Next game was. This was an interesting game. So close. Yeah. Gold Coast versus Melbourne.
I watched this game.
It was a close game. It was only 5 points at the end. Melbourne just scraped in. The Gold Coast were coming all day. I actually watched this game as well. Gold Coast were great and unlucky to not to win. Melbourne look like they're a good side, but they nearly fell to the Gold Coast sword. So Locosius was awesome. Who else was good? There's a few other players that were good.
Anderson was good. Huge for Gold Coast, huge.
Yeah.
That guy has really stepped it up. Dude, this game, right at the end, Gold Coast had opportunities in the last few minutes.
They did.
And they missed, man. And
they did.
Yeah, look, I tipped Gold Coast here. I was the only one in the tipping group to pick Gold Coast. I believed in them to pin Melbourne here. I thought it was a genius stroke. But look, I'm the only one that got this one wrong in the end. But look, proud of Gold Coast. They look really good. They took it to the big boys, and it just shows like Melbourne aren't invincible. And
no, Melbourne aren't.
Yeah, and even without Tuke Miller and a couple of others, Gold Coast did really well.
Yeah, well, they're not going to be. They're going to be hard to beat when you go up there and play against them. So,
they knocked off Geelong over there. So
they did. So, guys, Gold Coast are not easy beats by any
not at all.
No. So they're a good side, and they're just not a great side. Do you know what I mean? They're a good side. They're not a great side. Are they good enough to play finals? Maybe not, but they will push you to the limit. Do you know what I mean? So
that forward called Chol, the big guy.
Yeah, he's good.
He's getting better and better, man. He's looking good.
Oh, if Gold Coast can keep this list together for the next couple of years, I'm telling you, man, they're going to be pushing for finals. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I like the way they play. Do you guys see Raul was eating grass?
Yeah, I saw that, man. What the hell was that? Did anyone see that?
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
Buffy, he was like kneeling on his knees, and he picked up a pile of grass and ate it.
Really?
Yeah, it was very bizarre. And
wow.
he was on TV just eating the grass.
What, during the game?
No, it was like a warm-up.
A warm-up?
Warm-up? Yeah.
It's like all over the place, man.
You know that good boy footy energy guy? He goes, it's him getting the energy, the good vibes from the ground. That's what he said.
People spit on that ground, man.
Take the dog for a walk.
What's wrong with that guy?
I don't know. But Melbourne looked all right, man. They did what they had to do.
They soldier on.
KP reckons Gold Coast are also Hess Coast.
They're not as bad. They're not as bad as West Coast at the
And
moment.
apparently this week it's West Coast versus West Coast. This week.
Oh, is it? Jeez.
West
There we
Coast are
go.
beating West Coast this weekend, KP. Okay, I
No,
agree.
Melbourne top 4.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, for now. But they could.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have, I think if they keep having performances like that, you never know, they could drop one of the top 4. I think they're top 8 for sure, but who knows, man?
Yeah, I agree.
You just don't
Gold
know.
Coast probably won't. No, Gold Coast
No.
not for me, but I know for you guys.
Nah. It helps you. Eating grass helps you vomit. Oh, I don't know why they do that, because it helps you vomit.
Well, dogs do that.
If you're a dog, that helps you. Yeah.
It's a dog. That's for dogs.
If you can't put your fingers down your throat, he goes, "Yeah, dog pissed on it."
GT's on fire.
It's an old trick to vomit to give you. So what? If you eat grass, you're gonna vomit. Is that right? Maybe Amanda.
No.
So if you eat grass, do you vomit? Dogs do that.
Only if you're a dog, I think.
Well, we know dogs do it. Maybe he wanted to lose a bit of kilos before the match started. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah.
He looked pretty. He looked like he was enjoying it as well.
Yeah, it was bizarre, man. Like he grabbed a mouthful and just chewed it away.
You guys haven't played. I have played sports, but I never heard that one.
No, I've never. Kerry's never told me he's eaten grass before a game.
Nah.
Never eaten grass. No.
Paul is in the chat. G'day, gang. Where's the old funny man, KP? It's a bit quiet. KP's in the chat, my
Paul.
friend. He's in the chat. So have a yarn to him there. All right, next game, guys. Next game. We'll move on. This was a close game. GWS versus the Western Bulldogs. I watched the highlights of this game. 71 to 86. It was GWS were a bit down in this one, but they did rally late to come back a little bit. But Bulldogs did steady and kick away just a little bit to get the win. So it's a pretty even contest, but I think just in front of goals, Bulldogs were more clinical. That's pretty much it, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
GWS are going okay. They've beaten a few teams and they'll win a few more this year.
Yeah. So
big game from Bontempelli, 32 disposals and a goal. But Tom Green for GWS, he got 3 goals and 38 disposals, man. So that's a huge game, but wasn't enough to get his team over the line. Yeah, for me, Bulldogs are making 8 at the moment, and GWS are just missing out, I reckon.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I watched some of this game, and yeah, it was just some. Like Norton had a few really good shots, and he was just nailing them from snaps around the corner and in heavy traffic. So that was really the difference, man. Just making them more opportunities. It was a pretty even game, really. It ebbed and flowed. So yeah, Bulldogs definitely. I reckon they're going to make. I reckon they're still out. I'm not convinced with the Bulldogs. GWS are out, but they're a good side. Like they're both good sides, though. I think they can potentially make the 8. Both of these teams, but I think the Bulldogs more. But do they make it? If they do, I reckon 8th. So
yeah, they're 7th at the moment, Bulldogs. So
yeah,
we'll see what happens.
King, what do you reckon?
Yeah, Bulldogs top 8, GWS maybe, but just out.
All right, the next game was a shellacking over at the West, which Freo did need against the Hawks. It was 117 to 48. I don't know what T-shirt that is. It looks. Don't know what's going on there with that Guernsey with the star. Does anyone know what that is? I'm not sure.
No idea.
Yeah.
With the star.
What, we can't see a Guernsey with the star, man.
For Freo's Guernsey with the star.
Was that
He's under attack. He's under attack by the cat.
what Guernsey with the star are you talking about?
I don't know. You can't see it on the screen?
No.
Well, anyway, I'm not sure. We were winning the Harley Reid Cup. Cancer Foundation. Oh, there you go. So it's about Cancer Foundation.
Yep. I see it now. Yep.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
so there you go, guys. Freo did what they had to do. Does this mean Freo are back? No, it does not. So all you Freo supporters that are excited that Freo are back,
Yep.
yeah.
Don't get too excited.
Don't get too excited. I think, yeah, Freo not back. Hawthorn are an average team. Yeah, no, it's back.
The Gremlins.
Sorry, guys.
He's
Sorry,
back.
guys. It cut out for some reason.
Yeah. So we think both teams aren't making the 8. Chris, what do you reckon?
No, Freo just, yeah, as I said, it's good to see Luke Jackson get a good game into his belt because he's been shit. But
Yeah, 2 goals, 24 disposals, not too bad.
yeah, so he had a good game. But you know, the Freo did what they had to do at home. As I said, it doesn't make them.
And Nathan Fyfe came back.
He did.
He was a sub. He was a sub in this game, and he come back on and kicked the goal for him. So good on him.
No, good on him, and it's good to see Fyfe back. He's a good player of the game. So, but yeah, definitely Hess Mantle. They're calling it in the chat. Yeah.
Chris Beach is in the chat.
Chris Beach. This was the straight line foundation game for Fremantle. I want to hear Chris Beach's thoughts on Carlton. That's what I want to know. Anyway,
Starlight Foundation.
Paul reckons maybe the Starlight Foundation. Maybe. Freo still in the hold, correct. Maybe because you talk shit about Freo, Chrissy, that's why it dropped. Maybe. No, look, I don't mind Freo. Like, I got good mates that are Freo supporters, so I don't mind them as a club.
Man, yes, KP. Spot on.
I don't mind them as a club, but to say they're back, they're not back. So they're not.
Give us your thoughts on Chris Beach. Give us your thoughts on Carlton's performance on Friday night in the chat.
I don't think they give him enough words in the chat to write.
Yeah, that's right. It needs an essay. Yeah.
So yeah, but anyway, Freo, Hawthorn not making finals, and I think we all agree on that. So
that's right.
This brings on the 2 Sunday games. It was the Collingwood Sydney game. This game, mate, Sydney were all over Collingwood. I'm telling you now. And guess what? Collingwood did in that last quarter. King of the North will let you know because he knows that Collingwood are a great fourth quarter side.
Unbelievable again in that last quarter.
77-48. They just smashed them in the last quarter, and that's where they got their win. But Sydney were all over him, man. Sydney were all over him for the whole game, and then that last quarter, bang.
Bang. Yep.
That's what they do. That's what they do.
They do. Yep.
So,
big signs of a premiership team here, man, doing that in the last quarter of games.
That's right.
To smash on 5 goals, in the last quarter in a very tight game, it's very good signs for Collingwood, man. And Myercheck kicking 5 goals for the match. Big game. Look, there's some really good standout performances in here from Sydney with Parker and Goulden and Mills having big games themselves. But look, Collingwood, man, they're looking the goods. And if they can keep doing it in the fourth quarters as they are, watch out.
That's it.
Watch out. Premiership team in the making by the looks of things. But we'll see. And it's still a long season to go. But Sydney, look, there is some concerns now. They've only got 3 wins out of 8. They're not in the 8. And, I'm not sure if I'll put them in the 8 at the moment. So, yeah.
Just too inconsistent, aren't they?
Yeah, it looks like Buddy Franklin's passed it for me as well. I know we're talking about him getting booed, but I don't think he played well at all.
No, 100%. No, look, Buddy Franklin, I think, has to go. He's like Tom Jonas. Got to go.
Got to go.
Got to leave, mate. Your time's done. Time's done.
Maybe go back to Hawthorn. You know what I mean? Try and
Nah, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude,
Yeah.
He's the type
Give
of
the young
player.
ones some help down there at Hawthorn. Yeah.
I was speaking to KP about it today. He is the Ronaldo of the AFL. Okay?
Oh, he just doesn't know how to let go.
Yeah. He needs to go, man. You need to go. Your time's done, mate. Your time's done.
He needs to go.
You had your 1,000 goals. It's time to leave. It's done. So
Goodbye, my friend.
he just doesn't do nothing for him, man. He does nothing for them anymore. So
No, he doesn't.
Yeah. So no.
Yeah.
Sydney, I think they're still got. They're a good side, man. They're not bad. They're just
They are. Yeah.
they're just not winning. So
They just come across Collingwood and you get punished.
Collingwood, man. I mean, even Dacos. I don't think Dacos had a huge game in this one. So
No, he got held.
He got held up, and for him not to have a big game,
25 touches. 25 touches is a quiet game for him.
It is quiet. So for him to have a quiet game and to still be winning and coming back in that last quarter, they're a force to be reckoned with, Collingwood. So if you are a Collingwood supporter right now, you would be over the moon and looking down the tunnel. You can see the premiership at the end. That's what I would say.
With your missing tooth.
And to be fair, they're still missing their ruckman. They're missing Howe down back. Adams was out as well. So they are missing players, and they're still looking very good. So very good sides.
I know you don't rate McStay, but I think he's a good player. Look, I think Myercheck is a great forward. Like, I watched him in that last quarter. He just knows how to kick goals, man. He knows where the goals are.
He did like almost a bicycle volley.
Yeah, how good was that?
So that was an impressive goal. Very impressive goal.
But there are a few fines coming out of this game. They were trying to give it to Nick Dacos, and his boys came and backed him up. So there's going to be a few boys having a few fines, but it's good to see that. What I like about Collingwood, they back up their players. Especially Maynard. I mean, you love to hate the bloke, but he will go to war with you, and he has your back every time. So as soon as they hit Dacos, I don't know if you saw it, they all went for it, man. So to me, I know they get fined and the AFL don't like it, but to me, I think it makes you feel like, wow, these are my boys, and that's what it shows. It shows camaraderie, like we're going to stick up for you, and it's good to see. So, good on for winning.
Bring back the beef.
And the beef, bring back the beef. Yeah, 100%. Beef as well. But Collingwood, premiership contenders. Sydney, for me, I don't know. Do they make finals? Look, I think they're a good enough team to win a lot of games in the back end of the year. So I'm not going to write them off yet. But I'm not going to say that they're going to make it 100%. But maybe 9th or 8th, they might sneak in.
Yeah, it's a no for me at the moment, just because they've lost a couple home games now to Port and to GWS. It's going to hurt them. And for me, they're not in the 8. But I agree with Collingwood. They're going to be up there by the end of the season.
Yeah.
Fisticuffs, GT23 ones.
Anyway, the last game of the round was the most boringest game of the round.
It was, man. It was boring, bro.
And this was North Melbourne versus St Kilda, 34-64, 4 goals 10 to 8 goals 16. What a shit show that was. I mean, if you're one of those fans, it would have been hard to watch that. St Kilda did what they had to do, but
you look at the possession. Zeeble and Sheasel getting high 30s, right? But North Melbourne just chipped the ball in the back line to try and just hold the ball. They got nowhere to go. Saints just defend so well as a unit.
They do.
And that's why that's why it was a boring game. It wasn't really quick. It wasn't really fast. It wasn't end to end at all. But look, North Melbourne had no answer in this game. They never looked like winning. They'll both try to be very defensively. That's why the low score. And yeah, look, Saints are a better unit, and they lose by 30 points in the end.
Yeah, I couldn't even watch this one, so it was that boring. So, but the other Saints, like I think they sit third or something. They've got a pretty good percentage. Are they what we think they are, or is that third position not really a good reflection of where they sit?
I think they can make the eight. Still, I don't see them as a top four side with the players they've got. I think there's other teams that are better. I just think they've had a great start to the year. They've played some, average teams, and but they've lost also to Collingwoods and Ports that are up there. So I think the question's still out for me for St Kilda for top four. I can't see it, but I think they can still stay in the eight if they, keep this momentum up.
Yeah.
North, yeah. What do you say about North? You know what I mean?
That's what you say.
Guessaroo down the bottom still. Nothing changed. Nothing changes, and Alistair Clarkson's got a big job to do, man. So
he does.
He does, man. He does. Yeah.
He might get Buddy Franklin at North Melbourne.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Get the Budster.
Yeah.
But anyway, guys, I think both of them. I think St Kilda probably make the finals, but North Melbourne definitely not for me.
Yeah.
But well, that was round 8, guys. It was a pretty cool round.
Good round.
The ladder. I'll bring up the ladder. So Collingwood sit on top, one game clear and one in the first position. Then you got Melbourne, St Kilda, and Brisbane, which are second, third, and fourth. And Port Adelaide in fifth. Geelong at sixth. Western Bulldogs at 7th. Carlton is still in the 8.
We're in the 8. All right.
Carlton
We're
is
still in the 8.
It's still in the 8.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because that draw you had in the start of the season has helped you. The Bombers are 9th. The Crows have gone to 10th. So, but they got a pretty good percentage. So I reckon we'll see them bounce back into the 8. Sydney Swans 11th. Fremantle are 12th. GWS are 13th. Gold Coast are 14th. Richmond are 15th. North Melbourne are 16th. West Coast or the Hess Coast 17th. And Hawks are down the bottom. So any surprises there, guys? Any surprises?
Yeah, just, obviously Richmond's always a surprise down there. Other than that, not too much surprise at the moment for me.
Yeah.
I'm probably surprised at Port being that high.
Yeah,
I think there'd be more on Adelaide Crows level around that sort of 16 mark. But look, good on them, and they're in form, and Port and Richmond are surprises for me.
How about you, Mr. King of the North?
Probably Essendon falling out with a couple of losses. Probably should be in 8th, and maybe I'm going to say Carlton probably should be not in the 8. So so they're hanging in there. They need to start winning a few games. So
yeah,
Sydney's probably
going to go next week. They're going to go tumbling out if they don't win.
Yeah. Anyway, talking about next week we'll do our tipping to end the night off. So first game. It's a double header on Friday night. So first one, double header. So the Cats versus the Tigers. This will be, a pretty easy one, I reckon. To tip this one. I reckon going for the Cats.
Looks like it's at the MCG.
Yeah, at the MCG. I think Cats get the chocolates here, unless Richmond pull one out of their ass, which I doubt it. But the Cats for me in this one.
Too much firepower with the Cats.
Yeah.
Interesting to see if Dangerfield's not in this match. If he's not playing, maybe Richmond have a chance, depending on who they're bringing back in. Look, I'm tipping Geelong for now, but not sure. Geelong probably, yeah.
Don't do that. Don't do this. Trying to pick the one that no one else is going to pick. It's how you lose, man. It's how you lose. But anyway, all right. So the next one. Oh shit! Hold on. So the next one is another Friday night game, and this is Battle of the Hess. It's been labelled as. It's Hess Coast versus Hess Coast. This one, I reckon the Suns play pretty well over in the West, so
Oh, so it's over there.
yeah, I reckon the Suns for me. The Suns for me. This one.
Yeah, I agree. I reckon the Suns look good. Yeah, I reckon they get a win here. West Coast,
Yep.
they're just not good
Yeah,
enough.
they've done enough. They've won enough games and they've gone close enough with some big sides. So yeah, Gold Coast for me too.
Yeah.
Cool. No worries. And next game is the Swans versus the Dockers at the SCG. I think the Swans bounce back. They've had too many losses in the last 3 weeks. They need to bounce back. And what a game to do it in against the Freo Dockers, who are actually pretty shit at the moment. So, as I said, that Hawthorn game, don't even look at it. So, I think the Swans get up here.
Did Fremantle win the week before as well or not? Is that 2 on the bounce?
No.
No.
They lost.
They lost?
Pretty sure.
Yeah, look,
They lost away.
I'll pick Sydney. Sydney, it's a must-win game for Sydney, so yeah, Sydney.
Yep, Sydney for me as well.
Okay. This one is at Tassie, guys. The Roos, the Kangaroos versus Port Adelaide. What do you guys reckon? Do you reckon North have a chance here?
Have you got a curse on down there in Tassie, Chris, or what's going on?
We play okay down there. We've beat North Melbourne down there, but North do play better in Tassie. So, look, it's never easy in Tassie. Johnny G will tell you. Adelaide Crows nearly lost to Hawthorn down there, so a few weeks ago. So it's never easy. But
And if the wind's blowing, I did see the wind blowing down there, and they kicked the ball down to one end, and it went the other way. So yeah,
yeah. So look, I think Port should win and should win comfortably, but hindsight is a funny thing. So I'm still going Port Adelaide by. I'll do a damn 60 points. I'll do a damn
60. Yeah.
I'll do a damn.
I'm going north and Tassie. Why not?
Wow.
You're going north. You're going north.
Going north. They're going to surprise.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Port don't like the wind and cold and the.
We do love it. We love it. What are you talking about?
No,
North. You go for north. Really far out.
Yeah, tipping north. North in a close one. North by 3 points.
3 points. Wow. Well, king of the north. He's the king of the north, so he should be tipping his team.
Well, no, that won't be happening. So yeah, if Port Adelaide are the real deal this year and they want to go all the way, they have to win these games. So you've got to beat all those lower sides that you should be able to easily beat if you're going to be a contender.
Yeah.
So yeah, Port for me.
All right, next game is the Hawks versus the D's. I think it's on Saturday night or Saturday twilight. Coming from the MCG. Is it MCG? I'm not 100%.
I think Johnny's tipping the Hawks in this game, has you, Johnny G?
Look, I think this is a danger game for the Hawks here, man. I think I can smell a bashing from Melbourne.
A bashing, yeah.
I think the tall Gorney and tall Grundy are going to kill this team, and Yeah, look, I fear for Hawthorn this weekend. I think it's going to be a big, big loss.
Yeah, I agree.
Where is it? Is it the MCG or is it at Marvel?
I think
No, they Hawthorn play at the MCG.
I think it's either one they're in trouble.
Yeah, I'm with Johnny G here. Melbourne for me. So next game is an interesting one.
MCG,
and
yes.
it is a must-win for the Bombers. They play the Lions at the Gabba. So,
Who's playing who, sorry?
wait, is it the Lions at the Gabba?
Brisbane, Essendon at the Gabba.
All right, so Essendon are getting 2 away games in two in a row. So, yeah, they travel from Adelaide to the Gabba. So, I just think that in itself, just travelling, it holds Brisbane in good stead here. So I think Brisbane are just too good at the Gabba. I don't think you're going to beat them down there. So Brisbane for me.
Yeah, Brisbane for me. I think Essendon are playing Brisbane in the Gabba at the wrong time, the wrong place, and they're going to get thumped, I reckon.
Yeah.
I
think it'll be
agree.
thumping,
Brisbane for me.
Well, no Ridley because Ridley's out. So
yeah, I don't know how they're going to stop that forward line.
Yeah. No, line for me. So the next one is probably the hardest one to tip out of this whole round for me. It's the Blues versus the Dogs at Marvel.
Damn.
I'm going for the Dogs, guys. Carlton are just.
It's almost a must-win for Carlton, man.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
Yeah, I mean, I think Montempelli's in too good a form right now. I'm edging the Dogs as well. I'm sorry, yeah.
I think I'm going the Dogs as well. But Carlton need to win this. They have to win this to stay in the 8, and also
they do. 100%.
Chris is 100% right. The hardest game to tip.
It is. All right, all going for the Dogs that one, and 2 more games. So the Crows versus the Saints at Adelaide Oval. This will be an interesting one as well. I mean, I'm just going to go for the Crows just for the home ground advantage. I might have tipped the Saints if it was at Marvel or MCG or anything like that, but I think the Crows get the chocolates here. They haven't been, in their losses. They haven't been playing bad. They only lost to Collingwood by 1 point, so they pushed the best team in the AFL. I think they're good enough to win this at home.
Yeah, I agree. I think we bounce back after 2 losses at home, especially. Like you said, if it was in Marvel or in Melbourne, you'd probably say the Saints, but Adelaide Oval, the Crows get the chocolates.
Crows love chocolates. That's what KP reckons. How about you, KP? I mean, KP. How about you, King of the North?
King of the North. Adelaide for me. They've got to this. They need to win this game. They can't.
Yeah.
If they lose this one, that's 3 in a row. Then it's not good.
If the Crows drop this one, then what would you be saying, Johnny? Like alarm bells or?
If they drop this one, finals are very tough from here.
Yeah. All right. There we go, guys. You heard from the Crows master himself. Anyway, last game of the round. Collingwood, this is a late Sunday game. The Pies versus the Giants at the MCG. Collingwood just get MCG games every single week, don't they?
A lot of these Melbourners pride about the gather round that the Crows got an extra home game in a sense when
I know
when their Melbourne teams get like 17 home games out of the 24.
It's bullshit.
It's just absolutely bullshit.
It's rough.
The AFL was made for Melbourne. You know what I mean?
100%.
It's like ridiculous. So,
100%. But Collingwood go against the Giants. I think the Giants don't have a chance in hell in this one. But I think they'll give Collingwood a good run. I don't think it's going to be a blowout, but I think Collingwood by about maybe 5 goals.
Yeah, look, Collingwood win. It's hard to see GWS win this one.
Yeah.
Could be the upset of the weekend, and I'm still going to tip Collingwood, but you never know. If there's going to be an upset this weekend, this might be the game.
Jeez, I thought my North Melbourne tip was outrageous.
Jeez. Anyway, guys, look, it's been a good show. We've had a lot of fun. Yeah, if you have come in, you're brand new to the show, make sure you like, share, subscribe, check out our merch, guys. Check out our merch, hfdmerch.myspreadshop.com.au. It's got all your hats, your hoodies, your mugs, everything HFD. It helps us out, so make sure you go check that out. Guys, tomorrow night, me and the man, Mr. KP, will be, I don't know where it's gone. Just give me a sec. I'll bring up that, just give me a sec. I'll bring up the graphic for it. Just give me 1 second. Here we go. So tomorrow night we're doing another podcast, guys. Hold on. I've got to bring it up. I'm just bringing it up now. Hold on. So tomorrow night we're doing a podcast, guys. We're interviewing a Forex expert called Forex Dro. We're talking everything Forex, so make sure you come in, check us out. It's going to be a good show. It's starting a bit late because he's from the United States, so the time difference. So 9 o'clock Adelaide time. So make sure you guys come in. It's going to be a very educational show, learning about everything Forex, which is the foreign exchange. And yeah, so make sure you guys tune in for that one. That'll be really good.
Should be good. Awesome.
Anyway, guys, well, it's been a good show. Thanks for coming in, everyone in the chat. Quick saying goodbye. So,
any watch-alongs this weekend?
Well, we might do. If you guys want to do Friday night, we can. After I finish work.
I'm actually busy Friday night now, but I
can do the Crows
can actually
game on Sunday.
I can do the Port game on Saturday if you want to help set me up from work.
Yeah, I can do that. Done.
I could be the North Melbourne cheer squad if Goffin wants to come in as well.
All right, so we'll do the Powell game, and I can do the Crows game on Sunday. So.
And Goffy, I don't know if you're free at all.
I can't do on the couch on Friday night, KP, because I got work the next day. I might be able to do it from my couch and go straight to bed, but yeah. But the week after, I can do Friday night on the couch. So, well, we'll see about Friday night. We'll see. It gets busy on Friday night. See how we go. But guys, make sure you tune in tomorrow night. Epic week. Heaps of watch-alongs. Go the Power. I mean, if you want to say go the Crows, you can, Johnny G. But you know,
that's a given, man. Go the Crows. You know.
Go the Blues.
But no, it's been good, guys. And we'll see you guys in the next one, guys? Thanks for coming in, King. We always appreciate your call.
Thanks for having me.
And we'll see you on the weekend, guys. We'll see. I'll see you tomorrow. But we'll see all you guys on the weekend. Good luck to you, and good luck to all your teams on the weekend, guys. And then good luck in the tipping as well.
That's it.
All right, guys. Stay hunky. We'll see you soon. Peace.
Stay hunky. See ya.